Let's have a mood.
Okay.
Social media industry. Let's go. Personally, I just think there's some shows that some people shouldn't be on, and there's some shows that need to rebrand.
Networks in general.
Yeah.
Not even just a show. The network, I think you guys need to take a break. Maybe guys go on like a retreat with maybe all your content creators. Get some feedback and a rebrand. Because keeping it 110%, yeah, I've realised that a lot of the networks in the UK, number one, don't function normally. So we got the tea. I don't know if you guys have seen the Midday Oni reveal all.
Okay.
But some of us have. You've seen it, right?
I've seen it. I've actually watched it, yeah.
To hear that people would get up every day, and I'm talking even just as the creators, and say, I'm going to work. I've never understood it. I had this argument last time with the Americans when they were saying, why do we care about tipping? And I was saying, because how can someone wear their uniform and say, I'm going to work, and you know you're going to work for £2? So why did you put your uniform on? Hi guys, welcome back to Real and Raw. I'm Lucky, the people them's mum. If you ain't got no manners, I'ma teach you some.
It's Shanice Kasongo, the one and only. It's giving Mama. You either love me or you don't.
So guys, today's episode is about rebranding, okay? How are you going to make yourself new?
What are you trying to do in 2026 that's different from 2025? What is the rebrand goal? Let us know.
So of course we've got to start lighthearted. We are going to start with a game. A game I found on TikTok. She's been so annoying. So she's angry because I told her that TikTok have loads of podcast games. And apparently I didn't tell her to look on TikTok, but I did.
You didn't tell me to look, but okay.
Anyway.
You told me they have games, but you didn't tell me to look.
Found a game. Okay. And this game is, we are going to say a word.
Okay.
And eventually, the aim of the game is, we will eventually say the same word. So you have to pay attention to the word that each person said beforehand to see where they're headed with the next word. You get it? So let me give you an example. Like, let's say I say frog. You might assume that my next word is animal because that's like a logical place
I'm
to go.
fucked up, man.
Where would your brain take you?
Green.
Fuck. But you know what?
Because a frog is green.
Not bad. Green's
frog
not
is
a bad
green.
guess. Yeah, you're not fucked.
You
just
didn't
think
say a
different to
toad.
me.
Let's not get into that.
But now we need to be in sync. So
okay.
we have to make it work, babe.
All right.
Okay.
We can try.
So
I'm not all the way there, but I can make things work.
What does that mean?
Like, you know me, sometimes I'm a bit slow.
And let me tell you something. One thing about she likes to put things on herself that there's no need. Anyway, she could do this game.
Sometimes I'm a bit slow. That's not like I'm dumb. I'm just a bit slow sometimes.
But why so aggressive? No.
You know, sometimes that's how people start misconstruing things. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
F them hoes. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Octopus. We're meant to say it at this. Is everything okay?
No, you're meant to. One person meant to. Oh, we're meant to at the same time.
Yes, so that eventually we'll end up saying the same words. That's to see if we're in sync. Are you okay?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So right now, okay. Should I give a topic?
Yeah, because what was
all right
I
then.
don't know what I'm
all right then. Let me give a topic.
Okay.
The topic is podcasts. Now, no.
Podcast is.
Even this is even better because it's what we're talking about. The topic is industry. Now, when you think of industry, it can be a name or what word is coming to your head.
Okay.
Eventually, let's see if we're in sync. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Trend Central.
Podcast.
Are you crazy? I'm never playing a game with Shanice again.
Yeah, but no, I keep going.
We said industry.
Okay.
You know
but we still keep going. You don't stop, I think. I think you keep going. I think you don't even know the game, Lucky.
I do know the game, but podcast is that... Anyway, I'm just flabbergasted.
I thought you were saying that to help me.
Are you crazy? Okay, 3, 2, 1, back chat. You're meant to say it at this... I'm not playing.
Okay, one more time.
No.
Okay, one more time.
Honest to God, if you don't get this round, I'm not... Are you crazy? Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Midday Oni.
And you know what? On God, that was going to be my first one. But I didn't think you was going to get that.
Yeah,
so I changed it.
Because you said badger. You said all these things.
That's what I'm saying. I was leading you to where I was headed. But my eventual answer was Midday Oni.
All right.
We'll do one last one.
Okay.
It's still for this industry thing. Any word. Look at me. Can you see me? Do you feel me?
If you went where I went, if you just saw where I went, I think...
Okay. Last word. 3, 2, 1.
Cookie.
I don't know why. Do you know what? You win that one. I don't know why I went to Krept. I went to Krept now. The artist. He's in the industry. What is... I didn't say... The topic was not back check.
Yeah, but we start going that way, so I'm thinking we're going towards.
All right, yeah, I'll give you that one. For that one, cool. But long story short, guys, I don't think real and rules for games.
I think we had to practice our game before, because honestly, guys...
How much practice did you want for that game?
I think I needed like 10 more times.
Are you sick?
Because honestly, everything I'm saying, I'm thinking...
All right, I don't want to play games. There will be no more games, okay? In your life.
Okay.
Anyway.
But speaking on the topics, we're borderline there. Let's talk about rebrands. I think that's the topic of today. The topic of today is rebranding, rebrands, and the UK.
Should I Google what rebrands mean?
Yeah, Google what...
So that we can just have an idea. Okay, first, what does rebranding mean to you?
When you... A new version of you. So maybe you had a past version of you. Maybe you wasn't the best version of you before, and now you're rebranding. You're coming into something that's new. This is the new version of yourself. That's what it means to me.
For me, I think it's even too severe. Everything new. If I can even be blonde. Everything old off. Everything new on.
Okay.
For me, there's no even in between. I don't even want a bit of rebrand. Okay. But do you know what? I say that. Okay, no, I'll save that for when we're rebranding. Okay, so the meaning, of rebrand is to change the corporate image of a company or organization. So it's a good thing that we're talking about what we're talking about today. Because, guys, it's not every day as well spill our business to you. It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. You actually, at this point, you know too much, and you're actually not my friend. Some of you haven't even subscribed yet.
Nah.
First of all, let's stop here. Bing, bing, bing. If you haven't, please head over to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, subscribe, follow, like, repost, engage. And guess what, guys? We are now on Spotify and Apple Music. Yay!
Large at Reland Ra. You're mad? You're mad? And we done it all by ourselves, you know, guys. That's one thing about us. Not waiting for no manager.
As you know, I call Lucky CBiz the game is mine. Because she's on job. Okay. I just ask her to do, and she does.
One thing about Shanice, she's a delegator, and then I'll just sort it out. So she'll be like, "Oh, we need to do this." I'll be like, "All right, cool."
Yeah. And she does it, and she does it well.
So rebrand. We are an organisation. We are a company, and we have had to undergo a severe. Let me tell you guys something.
A severe rebrand, man.
Severe. I'm talking. We got trucks coming in and taking out all the old decor and bringing the new one.
A new one.
Cause what? It was never nice.
It was.
I feel like when we started Real and Raw, it was so honest and so real, hence the name, that we just gave what we had at the time without any planning, without any forethinking.
No
we just thought that our personalities would carry us.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, our personalities are lit. Our personalities can carry us anywhere. Yeah. But it wasn't enough for where we were trying to take Real and Raw. We could have done a small thing here and there, and it probably would have blown to like a very minimal level, but that was not what it was about. So we realised very quickly hit the drawing board and come back again. And that's what we've been doing, guys, in the past 2 years, rebranding.
The 2 years we weren't here, we were definitely rebranding, definitely working ourselves, definitely trying to be the best version of ourselves before we come back on the pod. Because we now left the pod, how are we going to come back and we're the same version?
And she's even giving you guys the corporate diplomatic version. We were in torment, okay?
Turmoil to the ground.
Every day, this thing was sitting on our chests. And we've come to be real and raw. So today we're sharing some vulnerabilities that we have shared as real and raw, as an organisation, as a business. And even that, who knew that business could be so painful? Because we have had some real heartbreak in this Real and Raw. It's not even right.
It's not right. We're just trying to make it.
And by the way, some of our friends have shown us they don't really fuck with us, and that's cool, but it's a hard pill to swallow. You know what I mean?
Salute.
And stay over there.
Because one thing people don't speak about is when you start a business, when you start a podcast, when you start things that you're passionate about, your friends are not the people that are going to following you, supporting you. Do you know that you could be killing your friends to repost your little one thing? Me, I reposting Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian don't give a fuck about you, bitch.
Non-stop, by the way.
Yeah?
Free of charge.
She don't care.
In fact, you're dying to repost it. Okay?
When
you have babies, you care so much. Get a grip. That baby.
In fact, they even hate you. They just want your money. Please stop. So we've learned that lesson, and you know what? We're taking it on the chest.
And I think, do you know what? Yeah, we're not ignorant. More importantly, I think the lesson we've learned is make sure you put out things that people want to promote. We're no longer just expecting people to promote because apparently we thought you fucked with us, or we thought you was our friends, or we've clocked that it's not that thing. So that's cool. That's all right. Now we're just in the business of putting out content that you would be sick to not repost it.
Yeah,
you're a hater. Sense. In fact, if you don't, it's only because you're hating on us. There's no other reason. We're making sure we're coming this time with the consistency.
And please, can I just say, we're not delusional, because sometimes people, but who's hating? No, people are hating. Like, generally.
And by the way, when we say hating, it's not a personal thing. So like, I could personally think that person's hating on my podcast and still chat to them. Like, and if I see, I still be like, oh, hi, you're right. Because it's not personal. You understand me?
Personal, man.
Business is business type of thing. And it's just like, if you're not fucking with my thing, cool. Like, all right then. When you have your thing as well, I'm not fucking with it. But cool. You're still cool though. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you haven't done anything to me personally, like, you're still cool. No hate around here. But respectfully, when it comes to the podcast side of things, I can only give to people what they're giving to me.
100.
And so we're just making sure that we're putting out quality content, staying consistent, staying on time, sticking to our days, making sure that our setup stays professional, making sure we always know what we're talking about, and hoping that the rest will do what it needs to do.
What it needs to do, just hoping that the way we trust in God, favour will be upon this podcast, and that's all that matters. The rest is history.
Bad girl rapper-esque. Yeah. They're reading them. Listen, all right, so personally, when I say personally, I mean like personality-wise. Personality-wise, what have you had to adjust in order to facilitate this rebrand? So let me give you an example, like my personal example. I've had to make sure that for this rebrand, I pay extra attention to my timekeeping skills. So like, for example, Shanice's like, what? Because I keep telling her the time is 15 minutes before, but I'm telling her that because if I don't convince myself that the time is 15 minutes before, I'm not going to make it. You understand me? Because even today, I was meant to be here for 7 and I got here 7:20 something. Do you understand? Which means that we only missed out on 5 minutes of actual recording time, but still, imagine if I would have thought it was the actual time. Where would I headed?
Been basically 30 minutes.
Yeah, basically 20 something minutes. So for me, a trait that I had to really work on so that Real and Raw can be rebranded, because it's all well and good saying to people, oh, you don't like, comment, subscribe, you're not thinking, but if you're expecting an episode on a Sunday and the episode's out on a Sunday, then it's just kind of like, do I want to really subscribe? Do I even want the bell on? Do I want the bell? Because I don't want your random times. Yeah, I don't want it. Do you understand? So we had to really understand that, do you know what, if you want people to support you the way that you're saying, and every day you're talking about how this thing's going to be amazing, you got to put in the work. Like, you got to show that, for real, this is going to be amazing. This is something worth reposting. So, yeah, our rebrand is in the making. And for me, that's something that I had to work on. Timekeeping skills.
I think for me, not taking things personally. Because one thing about me, I could take something so personally. By the way, I can screenshot, I can circle your name, and I've stopped doing that. So I think for this, for me...
what? One of us still did. So if you I am going to screenshot.
Stop taking things personally. That's because right now, sometimes... Anyway, that's what I have to say. Ale. What did you say?
Ale. Yes. And you know what? Another thing that I feel like we've really had to come out of our comfort zone with is understanding that there's no such thing as a beg in the industry.
Yeah.
I think especially as like people from certain ends or black people, let's just say, but we have this mentality of everything's beggish. The moment you want people to support you, it's like, I'm not going to beg you though. Hello, you have to ask people. By the way, if you don't want to beg, that's a problem, and that's why we stay behind. And Oyinbo's going to come and they're going to promote. Even if you're walking past them, they're still walking behind you promoting, that's by true, the way. Man. And I realised that for Real and Raw to get to the next level and the next place where it needed to be, we definitely had to get our heads out of our asses, stop being so stush every day. Yeah, I'm not going to beg people anyway. We're begging. We are here. We're putting out content, and it would be loserish if no one was tuning in. So guess what? We're begging. Like, comment, and subscribe. I couldn't give a toss because I realised shame. What did Mama Didinya say? The midwife. Where has shame ever carried me? I'm ashamed, okay, but Even when I'm ashamed, the electricity is still cutting out.
Yeah.
Even when I'm ashamed, the car still needs a petrol.
That's true.
So what? Anyway, who did shame help?
Who did it? Who?
I can't help anybody.
Nobody.
You understand me? So yeah, real and raw, we had to let go of shame. We had to let go of pride. We had to let go of ego. And we've just come bearing it all to the ground. And I think we had to let go of judgment, like being judgmental.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you a bad habit I think real and raw had.
No,
I don't care. I'm going to tell you. Real and raw. Real and who?
Real and raw.
Real and who?
Real and raw.
A bad habit that Real and Raw had is, we convinced ourselves that we was going to be a podcast that spoke about nobody. So we would always judge the other podcast. But why are they talking about... It's their job.
That's the job. That's what you have to do.
Maybe that's what you signed up for when you sit down to have a podcast. You're going to talk about other people. Now, do we want to do it more tastefully, maybe than some people who have come before us? Absolutely. But it would be naive to now say that the whole industry you've come into is based around that now we think we're above everybody, we're not going to... Well, then no one's going to watch us.
And we want to be watched.
We want to be in the like, comments.
With integrity, but we want to be watched.
You want to be watched.
The fuck?
So why would we be the losers? So rebranding for us has been mental. I think 90% of the work's been mental, no?
Yeah,
like,
mental capacity.
Yeah. Knowing that, okay, cool. We got to promote. Even when no one's liking, we got to promote. Guys, the other day we was in turmoil. I don't know if you understand.
No. There was one night we even just said, fuck this shit off, man. What the fuck is this shit, man?
We're fuming on the phone to each other. Everyone's been asking, what's the podcast?
The podcast is there. No one's liking. No one's subscribing. These are fake, man. Let's fuck this shit. What? We even did an event. What? Bondis. Bra. But you know what? And this is why we will always bring God in every podcast. Faith without works is
dead.
Yeah?
The water dead.
Sometimes it don't happen when exactly you want it to. But the moment we went into that rant, we were going into turmoil, then we said, no.
Stop.
God told us, this is what we're supposed to do. We've prayed. We've done exactly what we're meant to do for this thing. We woke up. Views again now. Followers again now. And this is why, guys, no matter what we do, we're always going to say, God first.
God first. Because let's take a moment, guys, to soak that in. We are finally over 1,000 subscribers.
Yay!
I just think that's such a big achievement. And that's another thing I feel that's part of our rebrand. We are being grateful for the small.
Can I say, guys, first of all, we only had 2 episodes out before we came back, before the rebrand. And when we did that, we even had way more views than we even have now, by the way. Even on our socials, cool. We've come back and we've only posted 2 episodes in the space of basically 2 weeks. And we're on 1,000. That is not little. That is God's work. That's a testament. That's a living testimony in itself. Can't lie. What, are you crazy? Some people, it took them time to even get 1,000 followers. We are there, so we're lit.
And we're grateful. We are. We're so grateful. And wouldn't have it any other way, really. And that's why I'm saying that, like, this rebrand, it's about so much integrity. Like, it sounds still sure like we think we're too, but genuinely it's been a journey, it's been a process, and learning to be grateful for the small things. I never thought, remember, I'm coming from a TikTok page that grew very big very quick for no reason, just out of nowhere. And so speaking just on a personal level, my expectations for content are very extreme. 10,000 views to me is, I swear to God, when I see 10,000 views,
for me, because I'm not on social media, it's nothing. But because Lucky's on social media,
I get mad.
Are you mad? I
get mad. Like, what's going on? Like, I could come in the camera and say, no, listen. Because even that, I'll be honest, even in terms of my social image, today Shan was like, oh, you look nice today. I was like, oh, thanks, sis. Then I was like, I'm not going to lie, for me personally, this podcast is so personal to me that even on the days when I have the podcast, I don't want to be doing nothing else. Today I did hair, but it's only because it was for a celebrity client. If it wasn't for a celebrity, I wasn't going to be doing that hair. I don't want to do nothing on the day because I feel like this is my transition to the world, and I want the world to see me in a certain light, and I'm very serious about it. And that's how I know that I'm so serious about this podcast. I'm very serious about thinking about my fits, thinking about how I want to look. I don't want cleavage. It's deeper than... No, you're all right. All right,
because you know me, I've shown no cleavage. But that made me scared.
You're all right. My breast is not big as like Shanice's neither, so cleavage is different for us. I feel like what you've got going on is definitely not cleavage.
All right.
But Yeah, like I just know what I want to represent, how I want the world to view me, and that within itself is a rebrand. Because when I first joined social media, like properly, I've always had it in the background, but anybody who knows me knows I'm not a phone person, so I'm not really a socials person. Like Insta, all them things, I'll use Snapchat's the one I use the most, but the rest of them, here and there, it depends. But when I first came to TikTok, it was an accident. For me to even become a TikTok person, it was an accident. And so because I accidentally fell into it and I didn't work for it, my expectations for the engagement was so high that it's only when we started doing Real and Raw that I realised that, people work for this. This is
That's
a
why
job.
I salute anyone that does a podcasting, social media thing, influencer thing. Like sometimes they're like, okay, we need to edit this, we need to do this, we need to do this, and another episode is coming out this week. I rate you lot, bruv. I rate you lot. And you know what? It's not good to be so naive, and it's not good to be ignorant. Because before I was thinking, all they do is record themselves, they post themselves, chatting shit. No. Even to find the right chatting shit is hard.
It's really hard.
Even to find the viral moment is hard. Let's not lie.
It's really hard.
I salute you lot that been doing this for a time. Like, it's not easy. 100.
It's definitely a skill. And so with that being said,
oh my God. So you're about to say, that being said, let's talk about it.
But first, can I just tell them in the comments to tell us what they think of our rebrand? So what do you guys think?
What do you lot think? Guys, there's no point of you lot, honestly, God bless you all. But don't follow, subscribe, but you're not commenting. Comment what you want us to talk about.
And the feedback, we need the feedback.
Say what you like, say what you don't like. It's real and raw. If you don't like something, tell us. We can handle it. That work, baby. Do you know what I mean? But speak to us, because that's how we know how to engage.
But gently, though, I don't want no personal feedback on my looks. Cause I take that
personally,
I don't play that. Sorry, I just
I don't want to cuss you. I don't want to even cuss you.
But about the content, for sure.
For sure. Let us know. Chat to us, speak to us, engage with us, so we can do what we feel like we need to do for you lot to make you lot happy.
I know that's right.
I know that's right. I like it.
All right, cool. So rebrand. To be honest, my personal truth, London as an entire whole needs a rebrand, in my opinion.
I think London is just so the United Kingdom. Anyway, actually, I don't know how you people there stay there in other sides
in the States,
but for us, we're from London. And in London, sometimes it just gives bad vibes.
Sometimes?
Okay, majority of the time. I feel
like
London, let me not say the UK, because I don't know those other ends there.
No, it's hell there as well, man.
Maybe Bedfordshire is a bit better, we don't know.
Which Bedfordshire? All of them. Sheffield, Manchester,
all right, so
Birmingham,
the UK
hell.
is bad vibes. I feel like it's such a facade. Everybody's so fake. Nobody knows who they are. Everybody's trying to be something that they're not. Living beyond their means. Pretending they're something they're not. Other people are catting for certain things that don't even make sense. You're coming on social media now. We're coming on watching podcasts. We're watching all these YouTubes, and everyone's fucking chatting shit just to get viral. But how much shit do you need to chat to get viral?
Well, let me tell you something about London. It's not good that we're known. Like, as you say, London, UK is bad vibes. That's actually our tagline, by the way.
UK is bad vibes.
Bad vibes. The fact that we're known like that, don't you want to change that narrative? Because I'll be honest with you. I disagree in terms of when we are being a vibe. So, like, you see our parties.
Yeah.
You can't touch a London party.
I feel like we're lit. I feel like we're lit.
Get out of town. The only places that are close is Africa or maybe the Caribbean. But Western world, you can't touch us when it comes to a party. What? We know how to party. We know how to, the genres, you're going to have all of them. We know how to party. But everything else is horror. And
I don't think that's nice, because we definitely have a lot to offer. I feel like we're like when we are vibes, we are vibes. But when we're not vibes, it's...
And that's why people who go from London to other places, if you clock it, they bust so much. Because your vibe is lit. You brought your vibe now.
Your lit vibe.
And you've taken it
to
there.
other people. You're carrying it to America. You're carrying it to Dubai. You're carrying it to Nigeria. You're carrying it to Ghana. You're carrying it to all these other places.
But the difference is the way they're going to receive you. So here in London, you can have a lit vibe. And I promise you, people will pretend like they don't understand the vibe, by the way. Definitely. I've been around people and I think to myself, ew, you're faking it. You know I'm funny as hell.
Such a facade.
Like, okay, then if you want to stay there, be miserable, cool, do you? But it's such a London thing. And by the way, I think in London we think that we're being a bit gangster, maybe. You don't have to be horrible.
That's
to
the
be
problem with us. We always feel like we have to be. But when you watch things, when you see Americans, they're not like that.
I know.
They're
gonna beg it. Girl, you look good.
And they just enjoy the moment. So what? you know what? Let's actually get into it because I'm in
She in that type of mood?
I'm in that type of mood today. Do you know what I mean?
Why am I talking American? I don't know.
Yeah, but even me, I said I'm in that type of mood.
I don't know. There's some things that
Guys,
just sound better American.
guys will make it because that's not how I even took.
No, but there's some things that sound better American.
Yeah,
and that
I'm
was
in that
on
type
there.
of mood.
Okay.
Social
industry.
media industry. Let's go. Personally, I just think there's some shows that some people shouldn't be on, and there's some shows that need to rebrand.
Networks in general.
Yeah.
Not even just a show. The network. I think you guys need to take a break. Maybe guys go on like a retreat with maybe all your content creators. Get some feedback.
Yeah.
Come back afresh. Because you see one thing about me, I want to say this, and I want to say why I think London is such bad vibes. We have a very, 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 very strong cancel culture in London. And I don't like cancel culture.
And it doesn't make sense to me because no one's God. How are you going to say someone's cancelled? Do you know how many people you lot have said it's cancelled and they're back?
And by the way, if I do something wrong today, I'm not a bad person forever. My favourite saying is, bad people do good things and good people do bad things. It's all about intention, integrity and character. Right. You can make a mistake. You can do something bad, but does it show the entirety of your character? And that's what I hate about London. When we cancel hard, and I think it's overwhelming.
And it's too inappropriate. And I just feel like we actually, guys, you lot are not God. Stop feeling like you can fill that void of God. You're not God. Since when do we start cancelling? Yes, you could say someone is wrong. Can you hold people accountable?
Thank you.
Yes. Can you say, you know what? I didn't like the way you moved. Yes. Can you say, you know what? For me, I don't like your character. I'm going to unsubscribe. I'm going to unfollow. Yes. But all this, we have to cancel. We have to cancel, guys. You're doing way too much.
You don't do weird things. You go and find people's baby dads. Too much. You go and report them on company's house. You go and you report them to the tax man.
Someone didn't have a fan here in a house.
A fan
here. You lot started going to, like, guys, honestly,
it's weird.
Stop overcapacitating yourself. It's too much.
And by the way, you lot do worse. Try that here. Do you want to know what I hate? Because it's hypocrisy. You're cussing people for not having a fan heater. Meanwhile, your friend could have come to the house and you knew your house was cold and you acted like you didn't know and you left it cold. We've done it before. Does it mean we're Lucifer? No.
Come on, man. That's one thing I don't like about the UK.
It's weird.
Like you lot feel like you could pick and choose, dictatorship. That's the problem. There's like a dictatorship because we're the influencers. We can say this or because no.
And that's why disclaimer. Hello. I'm even going to look directly in your look. Disclaimer. You cannot cancel me. And you cannot cancel anything I'm associated with. I just want to let everybody know because
100.
I've heard it before that, I remember one time I made a trans video on a trans experience I had with somebody that was a trans, and they tried to tell me, let me tell you something, you cannot, everything I say with my integrity. You can disagree, you cannot cancel me, okay?
I don't believe in that, or cancelling. Who are you lot to be cancelling?
You're crazy?
People? Because obviously there's certain topics going on at the moment. Obviously we've all seen it.
Them, yeah.
We've seen what's been going on with Backchat. We've seen what's been going on from Ginger J. First of all, I don't even know why he was on that show. China, down to Cookie. China, you're there talking about people with sickle cell. There's so many things going on. Cookie, I don't know what happened. Terrible time we had there.
It's just all a rebrand. I'll be honest with you.
Everybody,
you lot book a retreat, man.
A retreat.
You lot book a retreat and just get yourselves on a rebrand because keeping it 110%, yeah. I've realised that a lot of the networks in the UK, number one, don't function normally. So we got the tea. I don't know if you guys have seen the Midday Oni reveal all.
Okay.
But some of us have. You've seen it, right?
I've seen it. I've actually watched it, yeah.
To hear that people would get up every day, and I'm talking even just as the creators, and say, I'm going to work. I've never understood it. I had this argument last time with the Americans when they were saying, why do we care about tipping? And I was saying, because how can someone wear their uniform and say, I'm going to work, and you know you're going to work for £2? So why did you put your uniform then? Stay home, sell drugs, I don't know, sell pussy, I don't know. But you're not going to work, babe.
But that's why I understand why Americans do that. That's why sometimes I understand why they feel like, we have to go to Jews. That's why we have to be stripper, because people will disrespect you when you're trying to do something. Because why would someone... Let's
pay me nothing.
Let's all stop being fake. Yeah? Midday only went on the record. Yeah, let's be honest.
I just realised what you did because her show used to be off the record. Why did you do that?
I said on the record.
Yeah, but wordplay. You don't even know the wordplay you did. Fucking ass.
Sorry, off the record. Yeah, she went on there let's be honest, there was no one else that came on there and did that vibe that she did. Whether you like her or not, whether her personality is for you or not. How can she go there and be doing all of that and you're telling her you're going to offer her £50?
You look, I thought she was on an Oprah
Kill me,
range.
man.
She was doing Oprah's job. You know Oprah. Guys, let's
Kill
not
me,
act.
shank me.
Guys, we act like podcasts are, oh, nothing. When you're listening to it on your way to work, it's the same, okay? Oprah Winfrey Show, how do you think she started? Her thing is a podcast with an audience, babe. That's the truth of the matter. Her thing is a podcast with an audience. Midday Oni, from the seriousness of the setup to the amount of backlash she used to receive, I was convinced sis was on at least 80 bags a year. At least. What? For that level of turmoil? They hate you.
Guys.
They hate you. Are you alright? Do you know my people? She's not even a good interviewer. She's not even this. She's not even that.
And she received nothing.
For £0.
But
what did she say that one time they offered her £50?
Let me just say one thing here as well to be clear. And this is why I'm standing on, don't do things impulsively and don't be desperate. Because this is what happens.
Desperation.
She literally just wanted to do something to build her career and she got shagged.
Abused.
Because honestly, how can you go somewhere and you didn't even get 50? Guys, £50.
Because she's driving petrol. Midday drives. She's driving petrol.
Let's be honest, she hasn't got, the way they're saying, oh, she was going to get following, she's not got that much following.
And even when you ask yourself, okay, why is it in the UK that two things can't happen at the same time? So they can't give you exposure whilst also making sure that financially you are in a position to...
Because now, let's be real, if you was on Zeus, you're going on there, you're going to fight, you're going to beat up bitches, you're getting paid. These girls start on Zeus
their
as
exposure
something else
even makes
and
sense.
they leave as someone else. That's why sometimes I hear it when people feel like, okay, I'd rather just even go and do that because it makes more sense. Why would you come and sit down and try to do something with integrity and not even get £50?
But you want me to be honest? And I know people feel like I'm a pick-me. People feel like I don't like black people. I love them though, but take it or leave it. I think black entertainment in general needs a rebrand. I think for what we're known
But I feel
for,
like in the
it's
UK...
horrible. Even in America...
like it's not to this extent.
All right, do you want me to be completely honest? It's absurd. And this is me being completely just 110%, even as a viewer. It's absurd that content like baddies exists. Of course it needs a rebrand. Why is our content that in order to get exposure, we have to literally fight, okay? Like this is back in the day when they used to come with pitchforks and watch the people run from a bull. Do you know that that's where we're at? Do you know back in the day, Shanice? And let's take this deeper now. Back in the day, entertainment used to be all the village people would come and they would put one poor person, one peasant into the ring with a bull and he would have to try and outrun and outwin the bull, right? Tell me what is different about that from baddies. True. Only the best fighters win. In fact, if you're not even a fighter, look at people like Pretty P. She's boring. She's boring. Because I don't fight. Okay.
And I can fight.
And
she doesn't fight
I don't
necessarily.
want to fight.
What kind of alarm is that?
Real and raw, these things happen. Like, I just don't like where black entertainment is at the moment. I think it needs a rebrand. In the UK, it needs a rebrand in terms of, but let's keep it a buck because, all right, we're talking about the UK and Trend Central, but hello, as far as we know, the baddie CEO is fucking everybody and breeding at the same time. Bruh. Let's keep it a buck because just the other day, was you not sending me beef between Anna Mac and all the rest of it? Because it's messy. How can this be our content? Like, why would your content involve sexual intercourse?